Sun gazing. Now, you know, we get into sun gazing, the whole objective is to clear your mind, clear your thoughts, because ultimately it's going to clear your spirit. And the sun is tied to this. Now, the sun is heat, fire, light, enlightenment, able for you to see. So when you're sun gazing, it's important for you to close your eyes, because you're letting the external of the light pierce into the internal. So you really can't do that by trying to see it externally. So we know to go into the yin realm and the physical realm is to go to sleep or to close your eyes or to daydream. And in this case, we're going to want to close our eyes, because closing our eyes is one of the tools that we use to go to the yin realm. And when we're sun gazing, we want to focus the eyes towards the sun in order for the sun to pierce and shine light into our inner. Now, it's going to help you out. It's going to help your spirit, because this is part and attached to your spirit, because spirit is attached to your frequency, your ideas, your thoughts, your space, within the space, your spirit. So, the whole objective is you give so much time and attention to other things and programs in your life that tell me how much times, how much seconds, how much minutes, how much hours that you give just actually thinking about the sun. Or just when you're giving something an attention, when you're entertaining something, you're giving it your attention. Me right now, sun gazing in the sun is me giving the sun attention. And the more and more you do this, the more and more time and experience you put into this, the longer your meditation or your sun gazing is, the more and more you're going to be aware and enlightened. Now, the only problem here is being in this human vessel, you're going to be unaware or not understanding to how you're actually receiving knowledge. So that's not the point. The point ain't to have your mind on, okay, how is this working? Or to have your mind on, okay, my mind need to be clear. Because trying to have your mind on, needing your mind to be clear, your mind is on trying to be clear. So that's not making sense. Your mind is just need to be clear. You just need to relax and receive. That's the whole point. And you'll understand later as you start to go into these programs and realms of realities throughout the day. You'll start to understand the information that it gave you, because that's the only ways the information going to be reciprocated for you to externally see it, when it start to play out into things, people, places, or things externally in your life. So right now, the art and the key right now is just to receive. See what I'm saying? Now, for the most part, these are the first things that's going to happen. When you sun gaze, first thing you're going to see is the orange frequency mixed and dabbled in with the gold and the red frequency, light frequencies. So if you do your research on orange, red, yellow, gold, the color frequencies itself, if you go do your research on the colorful meanings, you can kind of add these together and see what kind of information or baggage you're going to be receiving from the sun. Now, once you do that, right, and clear your mind, you're going to elevate spiritually. You're going to go through levels. Now, once you go through the first level of receiving the light and seeing the orange light spectrum and the red light spectrum, it's going to tap you into the frequency of the information. It's going to tap you into the natural frequency of the earth as far as information. And how do you know that? Because the first thing you're going to start realizing is stuff you don't normally realize. Like when you clear your mind, let the orange absorb. When you elevate to the first level, first thing you start to notice is birds, sounds, the wind blowing things on the ground. You know what I'm saying? You start to be your awareness heightened. That's and your frequency idea, your spirit tap into that natural vibration of the earth frequency at the moment, wherever the sun is at, whatever the sun sign is in, right? So you're going to start getting those frequencies. That's when you first know you're in tune. Then the more time and experience you receive, don't try to understand what the birds or what this information mean, because you're not going to understand it with these five senses in this vessel. So the point is just to receive. You're going to receive the information. You're going to be able to pinpoint it the way these senses pinpoint it when you go through life and experiences with people, places, or things. But the objective here is you're receiving information from another source. So the way you're receiving it is not in the same way you're going to be able to understand it when you're going through these programs, dealing with people, places, and things, and realms of realities. So understand that. Try not to have your mind on what information you're receiving. No, just receive. The light and the sounds itself is the information. See what I'm saying? It's going to be reciprocated. You'll see. You know, once you elevate from being in the natural frequency, once you understand, you feel the buzz crawling on you, you understand, you feeling more, you hear more, you're hearing the birds and all that. Now you're going to elevate. You're going to start seeing visions now. Now you're going to start seeing visions. And the first ideas that's coming to your head, don't fight these. You're going to start seeing visions. And just soak and let it happen. So that's the whole point. Give a lot of time to that first. Now, I don't suggest it. Well, I suggest this because if you want to know what's going on with a person, place, or thing, and you don't understand what's going on, or you want more information about what's going on in your life, then once your mind clear and you go through those 3 phases, you close your eyes and sun gaze, and now you're receiving the light. You see the light spectrum of orange and stuff. Now that's going to help you see things. Then once you tap into the second form, it's the frequency of, now you're tapped into being aware of the sounds that you don't be aware of because the programs you be in. Now you're tapped into the natural frequency of the earth, your spirit risen to that level. Then the third level is visions. Now once you get to this level, it's up to you. But if you want to know about a person, place, or thing, then what you do, you take a feeling, an emotion, or a thought process that you've been having, which is like a problem or issue or something like that, or emotional stance or something. What you do is take that and you place it in the realm of reality of your meditation, of the clearness. So now you're going to have clairvoyance of whatever program or realm of reality you place in front of your sun gazing. So for an example, how you do that, like say if I got an issue with somebody and I want to know how to I want to know the highest frequency or the highest idea or the highest spiritual nature to go about that situation. When I start to think about that situation, that's placing it in front of my sun, in front of my clear mindness now when I'm sun gazing. So now my mind is not clear. I'm placing something right there now to be clear about. Now try to be unbiased and unsubjective as possible when you're thinking of this. Try not to tie ego in it, because when you tie ego, you tie subjectivity in it. So then you start to develop your own. You start to build on your own point of view of the new ideas that you get. And try not to do that. Try to have a clear idea, because you're going to be able to see if you was wrong in the situation or not. Also, you're going to be able to see every side, because what this doing is taking your spirit and lifting it up, and you're able to see the whole spectrum of the circumstance now in the middle of sun gazing. That's what sun gazing do for you. It take your spirit out of the portal that is in whatever situation you're doing and let you see the whole perspective of it from all point of views, and let you see the true spiritual nature of it. So the more and more you give that thought process energy to your sun gazing, that's when you know you're going to be unbiased, be relaxed, and just soak in it with clairvoyance, like you was doing with no thoughts on your head, how you're originally supposed to sun gaze. And what's happening is you're going to receive all the information that you really need for that person, place, or thing, whether it's agreeing to you or not. The sun is the all-seeing eye. You can't see a person in another city or state, or you can't even see a person on the next street from you, but the sun can. So when you give attention to the sun and tap into the sun and sun gaze, you're actually tapping into the same frequency of the sun. So you're able to do that in your own human mankind way. So you have to relax on how you're receiving the information and just receive it. Don't think about, okay, if I can see everybody like the sun, let me put this on my mind and see if I can actually see them. No, that's not how you're going to receive the information, because you're in a human vessel engineered by a lot of different beings that see the sun in different ways and receive information in different ways. So you're going to receive information in a lot of different ways just by being in this vessel. But as long as that you know that you're tapping into the same frequency of the sun, you know that's possible. It's just possible in your way, in your density, in your realm of reality. And if you're spiritually inclined and know thyself, you know how to gather the information in pieces and put them together to metaphorically understand that basically you did see like the sun seen from the all-seeing eye. You did see what these people are doing. You do see the overall situation. You just have to learn how to decipher it in the human way. Sun gazing is one of the first ways to do it.